Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my friend's wedding as the best man? A good friend M29 of mine M28 is getting married in 5 months and asked me to be his best man. Where we are from, it is common to ask the best man to buy the wedding rings out of his pocket, not the engagement ring that is usually pricier. That's done by the groom. This is usually instead of another present. I was up for it. However, from what I understood, the bride wanted a wedding way out of their league financially speaking, and instead wanted a huge wedding where instead of the presents each invited person pays an entry fee. I am honestly against this kind of things, but whether or not I consider it a good idea is not the point of this post. After all, it's not my wedding. The entry fee is of €500 per person, to make up for the Michelin star chef, the location, the live music, the cathedral for the ceremony, and from what I understood, the bride wants to arrive to the place on a white coach with God knows how many horses. This information was handed out only after people confirmed that they were going to attend, the reasoning being that the more people there are, the less it's going to cost per person, and they wanted to know the number prior to that. This is causing quite a few people to withdraw from the wedding, since most people aren't willing to spend $1,000 per couple for a meal. This in turn is causing the price per person to go up, more people from pulling back, etc., and basically bride and groom are arguing with a lot of people that abandoned her and are about to ruin her special day, etc. I thought that, since I had to buy the rings, I was kind of excluded from this entry fee thing. Apparently I was wrong, and now both me and my partner are expected to pay up another €1,000 total. I already live abroad, therefore to get to the wedding I had to get plane tickets on top of the rings that I already ordered, but I don't think that me and my partner can afford another €1,000 on top of that. I told my friend that I am willing to leave him the rings, but I can't come to the wedding if that's the price of it. I already booked the holiday and the flight though, therefore I would still be up for a drink before the wedding, to hand him the rings, etc. Also, I told him that I am still up for the stag do, and if he wanted to find another best man and keep the rings I already ordered, it would be completely okay for me. He was understanding. However, the bride was quite angry and she called me back saying that I am an R because I am abandoning my friend at the altar as everybody else, that I am a terrible best man, and that despite what he said I devastated him and ruined his day. The wedding is in 5 more months, but apparently it's too late for them to cancel people, and me agreeing to is causing them to spend more money, on top of having fewer people. So what is it? Am I the asshole H for not going? What did I just read? As a totally non-involved and non-affected person, I am somehow personally offended by this post on behalf of you and the entire guest list. Not the asshole. Their request is so unreasonable, I'm dumbfounded. You cannot afford it, you are absolutely not the R for backing out. You actually sound incredibly reasonable under the circumstances. The R here is the incredibly mercenary bride, and your pal for going along with her greedy nonsense. Not the asshole. That's one of the more deranged things I've read in a while. Biggest not the asshole I've ever handed out. WTF. Edit better yet. Sell the rings and treat yourself and your partner, cut these people out of your life. If the bride thinks you're such an R, might as well own it. Not the asshole. Bride is an idiot for thinking this was a good idea and an asshole for how she's treating the people who can't come. Groom is an idiot for enabling this. You should have pulled out of the whole ordeal earlier. But not the asshole. Not the asshole. Tell your friend you'll be there for him during the divorce. His fiancée is delusional and your friend is acting so dumb to go along with this. RIP all of their relationships. Not the asshole. That is completely inappropriate. She called me back saying that I am an R because I am abandoning my friend at the altar. I think it is her gatekeeping you away from the altar for not paying a $1,000 ticket price. That is ridiculous. Not the asshole. This pay $500 for entry to my wedding trend just oozes entitlement. Not the asshole. When I read the €500 I nearly fell off my chair. The bride wants a champagne wedding on a beer budget with the guests paying for the upgrade. This is just so tacky. I'd decline too. Can you please give an update in 5 months and let us know if they actually had the wedding or not? And how many people actually showed up? Not the asshole. The bride is insane for expecting this. I would never give a $500,000 wedding gift unless it was my kid getting married. An entrance fee to a wedding is insulting. Asking people to commit to an event then thinking they won't drop out when they give the real expectations is bananas. She wants to pretend she's a Saint-Tropez yacht owner. She'll have to spend her money. Why is your friend playing along, and even why is he marrying someone like this? Bride and groom are the problem here. It's wildly entitled to expect guests to pay for the wedding. Waiting until people have RSVP before announcing the cost is ridiculous. If she wants a cathedral, she should pay for it herself. The wedding seems to be about style and point scoring instead. She is throwing a tantrum because her unrealistic dream is falling apart, and it is less traumatic to blame everyone than to face the truth. Not the asshole. As for the Michelin-starred chef, they won't do their best work unless they cater events frequently. She would be better off with a reputable caterer. Not the asshole. Your friend has 5 months to figure out if this is the person he really wants to spend the rest of his life with. You have offered more than most would have. I don't care how good of friends we are, I'm not buying your rings, nor am I paying to attend your wedding. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. They totally pulled a bait and switch on you and everyone else that RSVP'd for the wedding. Are they delusional? Moreover, she is, but he's going right along with it. $500 to attend and a gift on top as guest, and even more for people. The wedding party tuxes, bridesmaids' dresses, hair, makeup, jewelry. All usually purchased by the bridesmaids and groomsmen. You're also traveling, among some that have already dropped out. They are absolutely insane, and anyone supporting them are too. The bride heard the Cinderella story in her childhood, hence the horses and coach. She needs to realize that people don't pay for fairy tales. Sounds like she wants a wedding rather than a marriage. Not the asshole. I don't get the idea of the best man having to buy the wedding ring, but no judgment if that's what's considered acceptable in your country. What's not acceptable or even reasonable is to expect people to shell out hundreds of dollars in order to attend this wedding. I get that it's an important event, but that doesn't mean you should expect your guests to pay for it. With €1,000 per couple, the couple is better off going to a Michelin restaurant themselves and having a nice dinner, and will still pay less. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. That bride is absolutely fucking ridiculous. If she wants a ludicrously expensive wedding, she should pay for it herself. Not the asshole. This is wild. Did they disclose the presence of an entry fee even without saying the amount on their invitation, or was this all a surprise to those who've opted? If the tradition in your country or culture is that the best man buys the rings, then that's lovely. However, a $500 entrance fee? Nope. This bride wants to live beyond her means, and it's not happening, and she needs told. Bet you she's got no one at this wedding due to this, and that's why she's kicking off. You are not the asshole, my friend, and I hope your friend understands your position. Yeah, I'm not going to attend a wedding with an entry fee. I don't want Michelin chef food that bad to begin with. But it's rude and tacky to ask guests of this. Maybe tell the bridezilla that if she wanted people to attend, then she should have a wedding they could afford instead of expecting their guests to pay for it. Not the asshole. I've never heard of the tradition of the best man buying the wedding rings. I'm in the UK, but I honestly wouldn't be falling over myself to try and give him the ones you have, especially as his bride deems it fit to speak to you like that. Tell your mate to not show up either. She sounds like someone who will ruin more than just her life. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Bride is unreasonable, and if people can't afford it, that's their business. Not the asshole. Never liked the idea of entry fee for marriage. The way it was done and then their reaction. No way I am going.